Your products look incredible, but your marketing feels like you're shouting into a void.
Today we're going to show you 3 free tools that will perform better than a full-time marketing team.
Build it, make it with Kim and Garrett, make it.
What is up? Welcome back. We know you love to do it, build it, and make it.
And we're here to help you sell it.
Most makers aren't photographers. Unless you were lucky enough to go to college and get some photography classes or you're working on your art degree, you probably don't know much about photography. You don't have a studio. You probably don't have a good place to take your photos. Or maybe you're just using some kind of backdrop you got off the internet on a random table. These are amateur pictures and they're not going to command a premium price.
So let's start with the photography. This is an actual product photo that we took, and you could see, well, Garrett took it. We can all see what he's trying to do here. He's trying to get a clean white surface, and he put a white piece of board behind it to get a white background so that the image is the only thing on the screen. The problem with this is, even if I were to zoom and crop in, I think you're still going to see all of the harsh shadows from... Are we cropping in?
Yeah.
I feel like you were just resizing.
Same thing.
So you're still going to see the harsh lighting. You can see the shadows reflected on the back of the whiteboard. You can see the crinkle in the paper. And this just isn't going to give you that professional photo result. Even though I'm showing a custom engraved wine tote here, that looks nice. It's just not going to command those premium prices.
I mean, if I'm trying to take this to a winery to sell these so that they can brand them, they're definitely not feeling that premium price or resale for them with this image. Tool number 1.
We're going to use the free version of PhotoRoom.
Here we are in PhotoRoom. PhotoRoom is great for removing backgrounds. So let's grab that image we were just playing with before. Here's my wine tote. I'm going to drag it right into Start From Photo. And the first thing it's going to do is remove the background. Background is already gone.
This is one of the main things that PhotoRoom is great for. You can see we're using the free version here. He just dragged and dropped it, and it automatically, like the first thing it always does, is remove the background. And it did a great job of removing the background. But again, this isn't going to be a very good product photo because you can see my test results at the bottom, and there's just nothing to look at but the product itself. So let's see if we can give it a professional looking background. PhotoRoom will also produce AI generated backgrounds to put this into more of a professional setting.
First, let's get rid of our test card. I didn't have a second one to show, so I did use the one with the test card on it. We're going to go to retouch. I'm just going to bring my brush size down a little bit. I'm just going to brush over this area and confirm.
Well,
go on.
That's so great.
Now let's go up top and we'll go to backgrounds, AI backgrounds, and we'll create a background. Now we can start with some assist where I can just click some things, but I'm trying to sell this to a winery, so I already have a prompt. I want to put this on a marble counter.
It looks like you're using the prompt from assisted. So go back to assisted there.
Yeah, this is assisted.
Yeah, your subject on. Now go ahead and get your prompt.
Oh yeah, kind of. I used it based off of that prompt because I know that's how it works. So we'll just paste it into my manual and let it roll. Now this is pretty quick. I'm surprised how quick it is. So it's already generated too. Let's check them out. This looks good. I'm not sure I like how blurry the background is. Let's check the other one. Ooh, I kind of like that one. I'm not sure I like the shadow.
That's much nicer. It really had the aspect ratio correct in this one, where it was a little off in the first one.
This ain't bad because I like the wine glasses and the people back there.
But it's looking like the wine tote is shorter than a very tall wine glass.
I like this one. I think this one would definitely work. I think if I crop it in a little bit, it will definitely look way more professional and pull in a more premium price than my original. Let's just go back to my original. And now you can definitely tell it's just looking a little bit better. We can even turn the light on, make it a little bit brighter. And because I turned the light on, it's going to try to match the lighting in the background. Ooh, and with that, I kind of like the glasses.
That produced a professional looking photo. We have taken the shadowed photo that we attempted to create in the beginning. We've removed the background and we now have a professional looking photo that will command the higher price point.
And that will look great on a website. It'll look good on Instagram too. But did you know video outperforms still images 12-1?
Video builds trust and authenticity. Once you see something in action, you now feel like, oh, I can see it. I see it moving. I get what's happening there. I now trust in this product. It isn't just a Photoshop product.
Tool number 2, video generation with Google Gemini.
Now, I know I just said that video builds authenticity, but this will still build authenticity even though I am using an AI generated version. But you'll see what I'm talking about.
Here we are in Google Gemini. Google Gemini is also great for making more professional looking photos. So this is the photo that we started with.
So this is another one of Garrett's marketing gems. He's attempted to take a nice photo on one of our display stands, but the challenge with this photo is it's not on an actual front porch or an actual front porch door, something like that, where people can actually visualize what this would look like at their home. This is in a commercial setting with commercial windows that don't even look that great, and it's got weeds showing next to the sidewalk. So we can do better than this.
So I used a simple prompt. I said, put this 16-inch door hanger on a front door of a well-maintained front porch on a modern farmhouse style home. Now I made sure to include the word 16-inch to give it a reference point of how big this product is. So this is what it returned, and it did a great job. I'm not sure it really captured what 16 inches is, but it looks good.
It's pretty close. And you can see, we talked about PhotoRoom in the last segment. In this one, you can see that it actually removed the background and created an AI background, and we didn't have to do that in multiple steps. It did a great job of producing this photo. Now this segment, it's all about video. So now how can we turn this photo into a video? Animate this photo.
So in this same prompt volley, I tried to add some subtle animation to this picture, and it attempted, but you only get to generate 3 videos a day, and this would have been my 4th. So it attempted, and then it gave me a little pop-up that said I was out of credits. So I'm not telling you to have more than one Google account. I'm just saying it helps. So I downloaded this photo, and I jumped over to another Google account. I dragged the video in, and I added that same prompt.
And that's all the prompt that it needs. Add subtle animation to this picture.
Now let's see what it gave us.
Now this is great. Do you see how it's a slow zoom in, almost like you're walking up to the front porch or walking up to the front door? So it's great movement. Look at the flowers blowing with the breeze. Look at the bow. The bow actually is moving with the breeze. You hear the birds in the background.
I was going to say, I can hear the birds. I can hear the wind. This feels real and authentic.
Yeah, I can really feel how this might look at my home. Or I might say, look how beautiful this is. On this home, I want that same image or product on my front door.
I want this home.
Now, we did this with a couple of other door hangers so you can see some other things that you can do with them.
So I started with this image. Again, looking
pretty
rough. A lot of shadows, a lot of dirt.
It's authentic.
I used a similar prompt, place this 16-inch door hanger on the front door of an HGTV style home. And it did a pretty good job. It knew what HGTV meant. Then I wanted to see what it would look like on something other than a door.
On a gate,
So
right.
let's place this 16-inch door hanger on a gate of an HGTV style home. That is a good looking gate.
Yeah, look at that. That's so cool.
Now, I wanted to animate this thing. Oh, where did my animation go? Oh, here it is. Again, I must have ran out of credits, so I jumped to my other account. So here's my animation.
Now, I love this. You can see the door hangers actually moving with the breeze. Look at the sidewalk. You can actually see shadows. And look, it adds a branch coming in from the top
Yeah,
that wasn't
the
even
branch
in the
up
original
top.
photo. So what a great, it's just amazing to me that it can take a static photo and create the video and create video from it,
I like
create
how
movement.
the sign is just swinging in the breeze.
The video images produced with Google Gemini are beautiful. Being able to zoom in and walk up those stairs as you're looking at this product really will help stop the scroll. But did you know that you can create movie quality effects in seconds?
Things that will increase watch time, increase interactivity, and most important, increase click-through rate. Tool number 3, CapCut templates. So I captured some video clips and I want to make some reels, so I made sure they were vertical. Now this ain't bad. I mean, and you can kind of, while the sign is swinging, you get to kind of look around and see that it's on a dirty background with some dead leaves at the bottom. You can see that this stand is actually chipped.
We don't need to focus in on all the issues.
It's just not gonna, it's not gonna really stop the scroll. It's not gonna hold anybody's attention for the 7 seconds that I need them to click on that link.
But if you take 8 to 10 of these, doing just different motions, this is a different swing, here is a different view, there you go, a swipe across from right to left, another one from left to right, a zoom in on a portion of the sign. If you create 8 to 10, 3 to 5 second clips, you can turn those into something that will definitely stop the scroll.
All right, so I do have 10 video clips. Each are between 3 and 5 seconds. So this is CapCut. Right here, we're going to create a new project. I'm going to import my files. I didn't pop up. I'm just going to grab all my MP4s. We'll drag them in. Now I'm going to go up top and look for a template. Now they have a bunch of templates, and right here it will say how many clips. How many clips. This 6 right here is how many clips that you need to put in here. And this is how many times it was used. So this video here, I'm going to need to add 6 video clips to. This one down here is 10 video clips. There's 2. And then if I hover over top, it'll tell me how long each of these clips are. So you see that that one was for 16 seconds. Now, so I don't get demonetized, I'm going to turn the audio off on the screen. Now I won't get demonetized. So what I do here is I try to see if in the first 3 seconds of me hovering, does it change quickly? Will it capture my attention? Or is it black too long? And then I'm looking for, is this a trending sound? Is this a trending song? Does this song fit the aesthetic of the video? Do the cuts fit the aesthetic of the video? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want something hard, like it's going down, if I'm trying to sell 65-year-old ladies door hangers. So they're going to want something probably, some 80s jams or something like that, or something that feels a little more home decor and a little less rager at the club. So I'm going to hover over until I find something with enough clips that you'll be able to get a good feel for my product. And then it also changes enough.
I think you've used this one.
Bored.
Now we're not looking at the images that you're looking at here. We're not focusing on the photos that they're using. I'm looking at the transitions, how long it's staying on one transition, because I have to kind of envision my products or my images cycling through with that sound and with that movement.
Okay, I like the music on this one. I like that it's 14 seconds and it gives me 8 clips to work with. So I'm just gonna grab this guy and we'll drag him down to our timeline. I'm gonna go back to my media. I have 10 clips to choose from. I have 8 clips to be replaced. So I'm gonna click this 8 clips to be replaced. And I'm gonna start to drag in the videos to replace these clips. Just gonna drag these down.
And you can see these are 2-second clips, 1.8 seconds. So all of the 3 to 5 second clips that Garrett took will work fine for this.
All right, now I'll give it a quick watch through and let's see what it looks like. I kind of like it. My finger isn't that shiny. Okay, all right, so I like how this is going, but some of these don't really line up well. You could tell that I started zooming in or spinning. So what I'll do is I'll click this little edit button. I'll do trim clip. This will allow me to decide what 2 seconds of this video you'll get to see. So I'm just gonna drag it towards the middle. I want you to see the 3D-ness, but I also want you to get a good pan around. We'll say replace clip. This one down here is spinning. I don't like how it shows you how it starts spinning, so we'll trim the clip. I'll just put it somewhere in the middle of the spin. Yeah, there you go, where I'm pulling out replace.
And of course it's got text in the middle and you'll want to either change that text or remove it.
Yep, you can click on the text and we'll just delete it. I don't need this text. I'll drag it off the screen. We'll give it a quick watch through. Looks like it's 14 seconds. All right, that's great. We'll export this guy. I mean, how quick and easy was that? Once the video is done being exported from CapCut, we're going to go back into Google Gemini. I'm going to drag this video over to Google Gemini, and then I'm going to grab a prompt that says, this video will be posted on Kim and Garrett Make It Facebook page. Provide copy to accompany this Facebook reel. And I'll say Facebook reel so it'll know to go ahead and make the copy short to fit inside Facebook and Instagram reels. There you go, it even included some hashtags. Now I'm simply going to copy this, paste this into Facebook, and copy my video into Facebook. CapCut templates are great for stopping the scroll, increasing watch time, increasing that interactivity, and most important, increasing that click-through rate.
And once you get all 4 of those things, you get people commenting, you're stopping the scroll, so that means you have more likes on your content. That's increased engagement on organic content. That's the content that you turn into an ad the following week.
Now that you've posted your content, you're not just looking for a bunch of awesome, good jobs. You're looking for a click-through rate. You're looking for someone who's clicking all the way through to your website. Today, we showed you the tools to create the art.
Now join us over in our members area where you can become part of the Make It Mafia, where we'll show you how to stop marketing based on vibes and start marketing based on metrics.
Well, I'm about out of time. I got to go measure my metrics. You got to go post some content. And a big thanks to the Make It Mafia. That is the best mafia right there. And it's not just extra content on how to do your marketing. We also have free files, Zoom calls, but it's really about the family.
Join us. Join the family.
Join the family.